Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access. My name's Nathan. I'm here with Dave.
Hello.
Dave, who bravely watched me play The Evil Within 2 today.
I certainly did. From behind a chair, literally, and with I didn't have any of the sound.
I offered you the pad.
I know you did. It was very. I think it was the only time today that you did, which is very thoughtful of you. But no, I was quite happy to watch from afar as you played.
It's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. This is called The First Terrifying Hands-On, which is just a description of what happened to me today. So I guess we should tell you a bit about The Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
It is a horror game. So
yes,
it's a third-person horror game in the mode of Resident Evil, kind of classic Resident Evil.
In the mode of the Evil Within.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the first game. Yeah. But I mean, as a series, this is kind of this is where it's at. If you've been away for a while, that's what I'm saying. But the things that it's going for: more customization, bigger areas to explore. Very kind of. I don't know if you played the first one. I did not finish it, but it was corridors and awful situations. But it wasn't places necessarily to explore.
Yeah.
It does have a kind of. I also think it's got a Silent Hill vibe to it because the nature, the fabric of reality in The Evil Within is, subject to change.
Yes.
So
well put.
Yeah, and so the customization stuff we didn't really get too much of a handle on today, but just one thing for people who played the first one is that the green gel that you get for killing enemies and then putting a syringe in them and sucking out all of the bad insides, that is only for now upgrading you, and then weapon parts upgrade your weapons. And there are there's more customization, and so that there's you can put more of an accent on how you want to play, whether it's kind of stealth or a bit more athletic. So like just as a couple of examples, you can, if you go up the stealth route, you can increase your movement speed while stealthy, and you can unlock an ability to stealth kill round corners.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Remember the stealth kills from the first game. If you want to do athleticism, you can run for longer without getting tired, and you can up your recovery and stuff like that. I mean,
I want those too. I've just realised that you want them all because it's a terrifying game of running away mostly.
A terrifying game, and a bit of background on the game itself. If you're kind of catching up with Evil Within 2, you're Sebastian again, as you were in the first game. First game, Dave, you're a police detective who is investigating a bunch of murders at a hospital. You go in, weird stuff starts to happen, and it basically turns out that you've kind of sucked into a sort of Inception-style mind-melding machine, which is obviously why reality is kind of subject to change.
Yes.
And it's controlled by whoever is at the core of that.
Right.
And the machine is called STEM.
Yes.
And the other minds can have a kind of an influence on the world as well. And in this one, now with the knowledge of that, which was a twist in the first game, with the knowledge of that, you are looking for your daughter Lily, who disappeared a long time ago, who might be alive, but the evil corporation, Mobius, at the heart of the Evil Within world, might have your daughter and might be using her as the core of a new STEM machine. So you have to go back in there. And the surprising thing was, once you're in there, I mean, it's horrible again, first of all, but Sebastian seems quite surprised that horrible things keep happening. He's like, so the first thing that happened was I went into a room of maybe 3 dozen just hanging women covered in blood and rags.
Oh, yeah, I remember that bit. That's good.
And then
good
you
start.
You sort of stuck in there for a while. And then there's a being which emerges, which is like a giant woman holding...
Well, it was more like a giant woman made of about
other women.
30 women.
And their heads are all kind of on her arms. And she's got a big sort of grinding thing, and she chases you down a corridor. So you're back in the Evil Within. But he's like, what's going on? And it's like, dude, you just lived through an entire game of this
I must admit, I really enjoyed that. He would forever be like walking around and then just turn around and be like, what the hell?
Yeah,
and it's like, dude.
I've seen some stuff, but I mean, this is weird.
Where even are we? You're in a machine that's melding your mind with possibly your daughter's.
The very fabric of the world is breaking apart, you know, and revealing a sort of an oblivion of consciousness. And you're like, whoa, this is weird.
Yeah.
Oh, who would have thought this is going to happen in this machine again? But it obviously is. And I guess the thing that really changed up the gameplay was the thing which they were kind of prodding us to go and investigate, which was once you are into the main body of the game, it is less corridored.
Very much.
And you are at a town called Union.
Yeah.
And that is the place, I think it's the main setting for the game, the place where you're going to search for your daughter Lily. And you can explore, and there's various kind of buildings. They are, and I've got to say, they are kind of survival horror classics. There's like a garage and like a supermarket. All places I have been killed by awful zombies more time. You know what I mean? Like I've been into
in games,
garage.
right.
Always in games. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I mean, I will be the first to admit I'm not probably the target audience of the Evil Within 2, as I won't be playing because I'm terrified.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that it was much more. Not open world, but you were given like a sort of a hub area to explore and explore. And it's not really corridors at all in the same way. There are those sections and things, but
yeah, exactly. Well, all those kind of encounters and situations are engineered within this space, but you can walk around, and it makes more sense of the customization and the ability to put an emphasis on stealth. Certainly for me, because. It's really hard to stealth people in the Evil Within, except a few one-offs, but corridors are not necessarily brilliant spaces for isolating enemies and those sorts of things. And now they've got more space to wander, and you've got more things to hide behind. You can go into bushes and sort of disappear and then reappear at certain points and do them in and stuff like that.
Yeah. Certainly as a spectator as well, I found it very interesting because you were coming across all kinds of things in this town, and you were just getting a feel for the town and
you get to
figuring
then
out what's
choose
going on.
the kind of the order that you're doing things in, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's all really, bleak and horrible. So it doesn't feel less kind of designed or put together.
No.
It's just, here's a menu of terrible things that can happen to you. Blindly choose which one goes first.
Oh, I'll come back to the abattoir later, I think. I'll fancy that one a bit later. That would be good.
And in the classic way of these things, when you come to a show and you're playing a game, I was tracking, I had met with a guy who was on the Mobius team, and we're working together, and I'm using my communicator to track a voice signal that we think might be Lily. And so I'm creeping around the world because I don't want to alert everyone and set everything off, and guns are pretty useless in the Evil Within anyway. Stabbing a bunch of people in the back of the head, getting all the green gel out, and I'm on my back of my communicator showing how many meters it is to this signal that I found. So I'm running over there, and it's gone from 300, and it gets I get to this place, and it's a garage called the Pit Stop, and then it's the demo's over, so you can't go inside. So I mean, I should be ending my story with and then this incredible thing.
I know, I can't help but think we were about to have something quite important revealed.
Yeah.
Oh wow, or at least just a cliffhanger unveiled.
Well, this is a cliffhanger. I was literally at the door. I was about to press.
Well, I thought you were going to just do it. I thought you might have just been okay, I'll just. Oh no!
I'm inside. What's happening?
Yeah.
Because inside is going to be oh, here's a creepy thing. Although we should say actually, just to give you a flavour, which is a pun, but you don't know it yet because I haven't explained what this is. A flavour of the sort of encounters that you're going to come across in terms of the first, obviously monstrous, kind of mutated human you come across is a woman running into a house and just saying skin and bones, eat it up, eat it up.
Oh God!
And then you walk into her. Actually, this is awful. Force-feeding sort of rotting flesh to someone who might be her teenage son.
Yeah.
Properly cramming it into his mouth and then slamming his face down onto the table, and then you have to have a fight with her, and loads of stuff sprouts out of her head. And then you go and investigate the table, and it's not posed dead body. It's gruesomely destroyed,
very detailed
corpse with bits of the food still there and fresh blood around. It was awful.
It was, yeah. I found that quite harrowing.
Yeah.
It was very detailed. The damage. Usually in a game, if someone gets their head bounced off a desk, they come up and maybe they've got a nosebleed or something. But ultimately they're the same. Whereas this guy had a very clearly broken nose, and then it went downhill from there for him. Unfortunately,
it did, and that's what the Evil Within. It does look like in terms of it being, I'm going to be able to kind of tweak my little kind of my gear and my traits and stuff. So I'm going to enjoy playing it. But for me, the thing that will drag me into playing The Evil Within 2 are those kind of staged, gruesome moments of horror, which I think it does really, really well. And I think that team has got it down.
Yeah.
So that was our first, very specifically, my first terrifying hands-on with The Evil Within 2. Let me know in the comments below if you've seen the new trailers that have come out of Gamescom. Let us know what you think about The Evil Within 2, whether you're looking forward to it. Do stay tuned to Access. We have got loads more coming up.